Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, glad to have you along. I'll tell you, brother, basketball season is coming to an end way too fast.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is the second to last game that we have on the schedule, Jeff, and you are absolutely right. This season, once again, has just flown by for the boys and the girls, and before you know it, it's going to be March Madness here in the next couple weeks.
Now, in the last couple of years, they've expanded to 22 games. So traditionally, game 20 tonight for Garber would be the last regular season game. But adding that extra 2 just gives you a little bit longer to fine-tune for your hopeful long postseason run.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you get that schedule, Jeff, you get that game where you don't have a stretch between games where you're not playing. So once Christmas holidays are over, as you well know, these kids are playing constantly. Sometimes with the weather that was bad, you're playing 3 games a week if it's okay to do that. So, it's a marathon, but, man, it sure is a quick marathon for boys and girls basketball.
Now, Garber's opponent tonight is Bridgeport, and Bridgeport is uncharacteristically below 500.
Yeah, they're not having a real good year up to their Bearcat standards, Jeff. They're 3-14 overall, and I think they're 2-7 in the league. And they've had a really rough year. They're scoring 50, giving up 58, so they're playing some close games. But they play in a pretty tough division in that red. They're 6th in the division, but you got Frankenmuth, Freeland, Swan Valley, Essexville, Garber in there, so it's a tough schedule every night they play.
And that surprising team at the top, the Dale and Derek Clyde-led John Glenn Bobcats find themselves at the top of that conference.
16-2 and undefeated in the league, Jeff. They're having a fantastic year. Haven't had the opportunity to watch them play, but you have, and you like the way they play. And Dale does a great job over there at Glenn. And this has been a big year for Glenn. And, in fact, they're all in the same district together over in Frankenmuth. So that'll be an interesting district when district tournaments roll around.
I would say that would be the top district in the state of all the districts. But you've got Garber, on the other hand, 4-7 in the league. But they're fighting in game number 20 to get back to 500.
Yeah, they're coming in at 9-10, Jeff. They beat the Bearcats a few weeks ago. I think they beat them by 8, if I'm not mistaken, over in Bridgeport, which is always a tough place to play. So, they're 5th in the conference, and so we talked about this last week. To get to 500 for a couple weeks ago, it'd be nice to get to 10-10 with a couple tough games left for the Garber Dukes.
Well, they've got 3 freshmen and a sophomore up on varsity with only 2 seniors, so the future looks kind of good for Coach Watts.
Well, Coach Watts he's one of our favorites. I've watched his practices before. There's no wasted time, no wasted effort. He does just a fantastic job. He's a detail kind of guy. You're going to see them play really well tonight. And they got a couple tough games down the stretch, but you know what? That preps you for district tournament play.
Western and Standish Sterling after tonight, so... But a fitting way to see where you're at, to gauge where you're at. You know what your competition is going to be like in the district. You might as well start playing it in game 20, 21, and 22.
Absolutely. You're going to play some really good teams. We saw the Panthers last week, Jeff. They're not bad, and we know Western will always give you a tough game. And, and this is a time of year where, you're got some bumps and bruises and some cramps, as we saw in the JV games. So, this is where, you just got to lace them up and get out there and play. If you're hurt or not, or if you're just not feeling good, you got to get out there and get over the line and play.
16, 17, and 18 with a little owie versus mid-60s with a few owies. I'll take the 16, 17, and 18-year-old.
That Medicaid age is different than 16 through 18-year-olds, Jeff. I can guarantee you that.
Well, I'll tell you, we're fired up for this game tonight. That about puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare-sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a moment on BCTV.
At Covenant Healthcare, we take caring for kids very seriously. That's why we've established Covenant Children's Hospital, home of the Great Lakes Bay region's only pediatric emergency care unit, the only Level 3 regional neonatal intensive care unit, part of our state-of-the-art birth center,
Popsicles!
and the region's only pediatric intensive care unit.
Our pediatric ICU has specialized equipment designed for treating children and board-certified pediatric intensivists specifically trained to deal with the unique needs of pediatric care.
As a pediatrician, it's rewarding to work at a hospital with so many resources devoted to kids' care.
Covenant Children's Hospital offers a wide range of pediatric specialty services, such as pediatric cardiology, orthopedics, treatment for autism, diabetes, and sleep disorders, as well as pediatric rehabilitation at Mary Freebed Rehabilitation.
They have stickers!
And at every step of the way, our child life specialists guide them, making their Covenant experience a positive one. Covenant Children's Hospital is also home to the Central Michigan University Pediatric and Obstetrics and Gynecology residency programs, training the next generation of physicians.
They won't let you be a doctor without one of these.
A children's hospital is more than a building with colorful walls. Rather, it is the embodiment of the hearts and minds of all of us committed to the well-being of children.
We're dedicated to providing extraordinary care to infants and children so they can get back to the serious business of being kids.
Good evening and welcome back. Moments before tip-off, it is the Garber Dukes hosting the Bearcats from Bridgeport. Jeff Dodd and Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page producing, directing, and filming our trifecta of fun here from Garber. Dukes get the first tip of the ball game into the hands of Cedarburg as he tries to get the ball underneath, and looks like no secret early on. Lucas Deering's going to try and do some work in the post.
Nice job down there by Lucas, getting down, getting low, getting squatty down there. Good post-up position. Dukes will come out in the 2-3 matchup zone.
And you know you got to get to the wings with that 2-3. Nice dribble penetration that time. As the basket by number 4, Austin Jackson.
Young man to keep an eye out for Bridgeport is Bland, and his number is 23, Jeff. And Lucas nearing back-to-back, nearing 4 Bridgeport Bearcats, too.
It is unbelievable
Strong
the way
kid.
he goes down there with just tenacity and force, and he muscles the ball up.
Good start for Nearing and the Garber Dukes, just underway here at the Duke Dome here at Garber High School.
I think against this 2-3, it's that pass to the middle and the backside pass. If you could get that there before the defense adjusts, you've got an opportunity to have a nice basket, nice opportunity. Trying to go at the other end. Great job that time by Nearing as he just made sure that he was in the way but not having any contact. As the shot goes up, and it is in. Wallaker with a beautiful kiss off the high glass. He'll go to the free throw line to try and finish off the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Cade Walker, the 6-foot junior, going to the rack. As you noticed when he was going up, Jeff, I always say chin on the rim. He watched it all the way through, and he's going to get rewarded with one free throw. It's 6-2 here with 6:32 to go in the first quarter.
Well, Greg Lewis already just a minute and a half in will take a seat. And sometimes the game slows down a little bit when you can see it from the sideline. You come back in a little different player.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to see it from the bench, and it does. Great point, Jeff. Slows down a little bit. Have a drink of water, get right back in.
As the Bearcats trying to go to the middle of that 2-3 zone.
Shot.
Great job putting that shot up and making it go. And we're going to have a basket, and I think we're going to have a foul after the basket, after the shot. Jeff Zaluka, one of our 3 great officials tonight. Josh Garbolinski down on the baseline. Derek Washington in front of the Garber bench. So 3 great TCAOA officials here at Garber tonight for the game. Duke's up 7-4, and that out-of-bounds play on the foul after the shot gives the Bearcats a chance for a 4 or 5 point play. I'll spit it out.
Nathan Fort, foul on the Garber Dukes. That was his first personal team foul, number 1 here in the first quarter.
Again, that ball moving around the rim and dribble penetration, a little bit of a wild shot up by Saunders. As it's one and done, and the rebound comes back to the Garber Dukes. Again, trying to work down in the baseline. And
Boy, he's tough down there, isn't he?
Boy.
Just got great body control.
Great spin move to the hole and great awareness of where he was at the hoop and a better finish.
Great finish, and he's so physical, Jeff, and he's so strong. It's hard to get the ball away from him.
And when you got to foul somebody, make
foul.
sure it's a good, clean, hard foul so that they've got to earn two the hard way at the line.
Nobody gets an easy bunny when you're down there, so Bridgeport's going to shoot the two free throws. Second team foul on the Dukes, first on Nearing. 5:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Moore with the first of 2 attempts.
You got great rims here.
Oh, he's got 3 pieces of iron and then the cotton. So Moore says early indications are, I like the soft rims.
I liked playing here when I was at All Saints.
Second one, not so friendly. Look who's out there with the Windex, Lucas Nearing. And a little shuffle of the Tootsies. Let's get that ball to the ball handlers.
You remember that looked like Chris Webber in the 1993
Ouch.
remember timeout game when they thought he walked? Remember that?
Oh, yes. Took the extra
Guess who was in the
shuffle.
building for that one, too, my friend. We'll talk about that later.
I would say that'll
Or maybe
be
not.
a fun conversation. Great job underneath. Unable to finish a second shot opportunity, though, going up for it was number 23 on the play, not number 25. So great job by Bland.
Yeah, Keel Bland is one of the best players on the Bridgeport Bearcat team, Jeff. They've got 2 or 3 people in the league stats that are in the top 5. So Bland's averaging about 12 rebounds a game also, as well as a good scorer.
Charlie Mays doing a great job. Defense off the
Good
screen,
shot.
didn't know whether to go over and under. They went under and allowed Mays to come up with a big trifecta tickle in the twine. 5-point lead as the 3 ball comes up on the other end. The Dukes are not in position to get my favorite rebound in the game. That backside rebound and an easy put back for 2.
Jacoby Taylor with the hoop for the Bearcats.
Boy, and what a nice explosion to the hole. Unable to finish, but look who's there for the loose change. 6'3", Nate Forat, the junior, with a putback for the Dukes.
Yeah, nice job there, right there by Nate, going up strong for the Garber Dukes.
Boy, both teams attacking the offensive glass very well. We're going to have a little shuffle of the Tootsies trying to get some real estate down on the baseline.
Here come the Bearcats. They're going to pick up full court. Looks like a 2. No, they're going to go straight up man.
You know where he's going. He's going up strong to the hole. He got that ball at about the 3-point line, and you could tell by the look in his eyes he had one goal in mind, and that's finish at the hole.
We saw that all the way up here in the upper gym here at the Duke Dome. But again, he's going to get rewarded with 2 free throws. Fouls on number 23 for the Dukes. That's Akil Bland, his first team foul, number 3 for the Bearcats.
5-point lead for the Dukes right now, pending the second free throw. Bend to the knees, flick of the wrist. All Cotton on the second delivery. 6-point lead for the Garber Dukes now as we're just past the halfway point of our first quarter.
Well, they close out really well. Watch the Dukes close out on the ball. They got the step and the
they almost
glide
close
stance.
out with anticipation of where that's going to go to. But again, a second shot opportunity, a third shot opportunity now as the offensive glass has been friendly to both teams. Now trying to get a fourth opportunity, and that ball will go back to the Bridgeport Bearcats.
Nice job by the officials right there. The underneath official didn't see it. He looked out to Jeff, and Jeff says Bearcat ball. So you always taught me this, Jeff. Communication is key as an official.
And it's great because it's the nonverbal. You make eye contact. You know we're looking for help because you made that eye contact. Uh-oh.
Oh, he double dribbled.
He ended up getting the old double dribble as he was getting his feet down. I was thinking he was going to bring the Thunder down here at the Duke Dome.
We're going to flush it down at the Duke Dome, but the old double dribble, Jeff, 15-9, Duke's up here with 3:15 to go in the first quarter.
We could see those big cornea from right up here as he was getting ready to do something special. As again, right down on the baseline, fighting for the rebound. Another offensive rebound. And they're going to fight for that loose change. And the Garber Dukes with that one going the other way. Look at the length of Wallaker using his body as a shield for a kiss in the deuce.
Good hustle by Wallaker. Didn't give up on that play. Got an easy basket. Duke's up 8.
I've seen the only flaw in this defense is they're not turning around to get a body for the offensive rebound. So that's something that Coach Watts is going to have to address with his team. Long 3 ball comes off the mark again. Down the floor, looking to finish. Not much there for Mays. He is going to slow things down. And, boy, going into the corner as that ball then is tipped away as it was headed for Nearing. At the other end of the floor, we're going to have an offensive foul as the Bearcats go into the hole. And, Mike, you know that's about the hardest thing to do in basketball, stand there knowing you're going to get run over.
It is one of the hardest things to do, Jeff. And, you know, there's a technique, too. You just got to know how to fall when you get hit. And if you don't hear the whistle, I always told my kids, slap your hand on the floor to make the referee look to where the play was going on.
Well, and you know where your hands are to protect you initially, too. That is a technique that needs to be taught if you want to continue playing in the game. As they go underneath the Nearing again, had an opportunity to the basket, just couldn't handle the pass. And a travel again is looking down. Cedarburg again saw that Nearing was open. He just couldn't be patient enough with the feet to get that pass in.
Yeah, Nearing does a really nice job down in the inside the paint, Jeff, of getting open. He's got good technique, good footwork. So 17-9, $1:55 to go here in the first quarter.
Burping up a 3 from downtown.
That's a big
tickling the twine for Fife.
That's a big basket. They were on a little lull right there with the Bearcats.
Now the Dukes trying to protect their home court with a huge first quarter so far, 17 points. When you're only averaging 53 a game, they're a third of the way there already. Nice job going to the hole will be Mays to shoot the deuce.
Charlie Mays, the sophomore 6-footer, going to the line to shoot 2. And that was a nice take by Charlie, taking it to the rack, got fouled, and now he's going to get rewarded with 2 free throws with a $1:34 to go here in the first quarter.
Boy, again, double iron, just unable to finish. Second free throw tempting for the sophomore Charlie Mays. Looks a little better on that as he is able to get that second one to drop. It was all Cotton. 6-point lead once again for the Garber Dukes here as we're down to a $1:25 and counting. Left in the first. Nice job cutting off the baseline by the Duke defense, and the Bearcats going to reset the offense.
Yeah, doing a nice job with $1:15 to go, Jeff. Bearcats like to shoot the 3. They're not afraid to put it up, but
it hit the stanchion.
It hit the rope holding to the stanchion. The safety rope is what that one is called, in case it ever comes down.
That is there for good reason, but
we just like saying stanchion.
Yes,
that's all there is to it.
It's one of my favorite words in the game.
We can say it, we just can't spell it.
So now you got Nearing with a mismatch. He is double teamed. What a good job by the Bearcats as they switched and then they came back with a double team and really trapped Nearing in his spot.
He wanted to go back to Mays, but the backside trap was coming, knocked it out of bounds. He had the right idea, just got to finish the play. Substitutions in for the Bearcats, and 1:01 to go in the first quarter. Duke's up 6.
As the ball inbounded, Houston gets that ball in. As Wallaker now from 30 feet is going to get that screen and roll. As Wallaker had a step. As patience on offense, Wallaker says, I'll try it from out here. I've had great success around the basket. Let's stretch it out.
Well, you know, Nearing has got all his points in the pants. Got to shoot a J every now and then.
Yeah. Stroke looked nice,
It
just
sure
a little
did.
strong. Another long 3-ball, and that thing comes up dry. As that ball was not even in the area code after it got back to earth.
Just a skosh short, as we like to say up here in the broadcast booth.
May have short-armed it. Coming down the floor, under control, going to go to the hole and finish. Great job with that. Now they're fighting for the loose ball. Into the corner, going back across the grain. A nice look that time. Great job by Cedarburg getting to the spot, ready for the ball, had his feet set, soft pop.
A little hectic there, but Duke's coming away with a big hoop.
8-point lead with 3 seconds left. I don't think Bridgeport's aware of the shot clock. And at the end of the first quarter, the Dukes with 20. The Bearcats with 12. Back in a moment for the second quarter on BCTV. Founded in 2011, Renew Physical Therapy has quickly become the Great Lakes Bay region's fastest-growing patient-centered physical therapy and rehabilitation specialists. With 16 locations to serve you, our friendly, highly qualified staff of physical, occupational, and massage therapists take great pride in offering one-on-one treatments through customized plans to help you achieve the best possible outcome for your health. Our offices accept most major insurances and are well-versed in navigating the complexities of insurance policies, ensuring you receive the coverage and benefits you deserve. Visit our website at renewpt.com to request your appointment today. Back here on BCTV, as Jeff Doda, Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page tonight doing the camera, producing and directing as well, so very interesting conversation there in between the first and second quarter.
Well, we had a good look at the Brain Trust over there on the Garber bench. Chris Watts, Trey Newsham, Pat McMartin. I'll tell you what, that's some heavy-duty hitters right there as far as coaching goes.
That is a great stability in the coaching staff indeed, as they've been together a while, and nice job of using his body, and that is number 23, Bland, but he's unable to finish. And look who's going strong to the hole, not able to finish. Houston's like, where's the contact? But Houston, if he'd have got back a step quicker on defense, would have had that pass.
Well, and then they're letting them play again tonight, Jeff, as we saw the last game, and we saw Standish and Penny. You know, you're up at the varsity level, and these referees like to see you play. They're going to let the kids decide the game.
And that's what I love to do. You know, you got to clean up what has to be cleaned up, but otherwise, fans came to watch them play ball.
Yeah, I mean, these are the big boys. This is the varsity, and you get physical.
Taylor at the free throw line with a little southpaw stroke. First one is up.
He shoots it like you do from 15.
Yep. If it's from 16, then I'm shooting it short arm like the earlier three ball I saw.
Your favorite song from 16 is Brick House.
Oh, indeed.
I remember
Brother
the Sunday mornings at Handy.
Yeah, we used to have some fun back in the day. Nice stroke, 2 of 2 at the free throw line that time. As number 11, Austin Jackson, gets both of them coming out of the ball game now is Bland. So back into the game after a long sit on the bench is Lewis. So we'll see what he was able to garnish watching things from the sideline.
Still in the man-to-man for the Bearcats. They get after you. They can play that man-to-man defense. There's Bland, the leading rebounder in the Tri-Valley. I'm sorry, that's number 42, Greg Lewis. Excuse me.
Lewis did a nice job of backing up. Had a screen that might not have been called. But
with a 4-0 run going on here for the Bearcats, Jeff.
And the Bearcats come with three-quarter court man pressure. Just trying to change the tempo, and you know who's going to go up with that. They're dribble penetrating, and what a great job of backing off. Unable to make that finish, but we're going to have a hold, and I think they're going to call that against Bry.
Ryan Bray, Jeff, the 6'2" junior, his first personal team foul, number 2 here in the second quarter.
He doesn't shy away from contact.
Dude, he's a big fella.
he's a biggin', as they say. 6:35 and counting. Duke still up by 4. Bearcats with the offensive possession. Again, nice job closing out again, not giving the open shot, towing up to that three-point line. Trying to go baseline, and that backside rebound, in and out and back in. It's a 2-point game now as the basket is scored by the Bearcats, and that looked like that was McKinley. And that ball goes off the leg. The Bearcats might have got the short end of that.
I thought Wallaker gave it a little boot, but you know what? We're farther away. Referee saw it clearer than we did. Out of bounds to the Dukes. 6-0 run for the Bearcats to start the second quarter.
Boy, squared up nice, but Knowing where that was at, the rebound by Forret, that was a great, easy put back for 2.
Yeah, that was a really good take by Forret to take it to the rack, Jeff, and he watched it all the way. Nice long rebound, 22-18, 5:45 to go in the first half.
Big deuce for the Dukes, as now an unforced error will give them the ball back to see if they can add to that 4-point lead.
Bearcats will stay in that full court man-to-man. Wallaker will bring it up. He does a nice job handling the rock for the Garber Dukes.
Yep, got good patience. He's still got that first step explosion when he decides to take it. As they're going to do a little weave right now, trying to get some real estate. And Houston inadvertently made a nice pass. Ball back to number 24 on the play. Wallaker can't finish. Houston coming over to say hi to the fans for a minute, gets back on defense.
It's you're very close here at the Duke Dome when you're sitting in the stands.
Trying to garnish points. There's Houston with a takeaway. Houston, you know he wants to finish. He's got great body control, puts the shot up for the deuce.
That was a real nice take. You know, you don't have anybody in front of you and just right next to you. Anytime they're backpedaling like that, Jeff, you just take it right to the rack.
Fight for the rebound. A very nice job by Mays with a backside rebound. The Dukes in transition. Seeing nothing there, they're going to pull things back out. Wide open in the corner. That ball halfway down again. And they do a great job of resetting up the offense. Houston got the pocket picked going the other way. For the deuce is number 2. Saunders, 32nd timeout. 4-point lead for Garber. Back in a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on BCTV, up 4 with possession. The Garber Dukes will get the ball. Little full court pressure now as the ball gets in to Wallaker. Wallaker is going to cross over, and that's an easy call that time, as Saunders was not moving his feet with the hands on. When you get 2 hands, it's there, and when you displace with those 2 hands, it's automatic.
It's not the NBA of the 70s where you can hand check all the way down the floor when my favorite player, Clyde Frazier, would bring the rock up.
Oh, Earl the Pearl and Walt Frazier. Great
nice
backcourt. There is a great look. Again, what body control that time by McKinley as he gets the deuce. And Coach Watts is going to have a timeout. He's got to talk to his kids about how to break this press. I'm sure he's got a great plan. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local destination for custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional goods in the Great Lakes Bay region. With not 1, not 2, but 3 convenient locations right here in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region, we're your MVP when it comes to branded gear that hits the mark. For over 15 years, we've believed in community, in delivering top-tier quality, and in making your brand shine brighter than ever. And guess what? We're not just about sports. From schools to clubs, from businesses to community events, we're your one-stop shop for custom apparel that makes a statement. So if you're ready to elevate your brand, to make an impact, and to fuel your passion, choose Sandlot. Visit us today at one of our 3 unbeatable locations in the Great Lakes Bay region, or check us out online at sandlotsports301.com. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your brand, our passion.
Back here on BCTV. Mike, thank some of our great sponsors, please.
We got another group tonight, Jeff. Great group, Covenant Healthcare, Renew Physical Therapy, the All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, and the official apparel provider of Bay County TV, Sandlot Sports.
I think we got a little moisture on the floor that we're taking care of first, so we're going to reset as Jeff Dr. Z. Zaluka sees that from all the way at the other end of the floor and go, wait a minute. They're out there, and they're either praying for success or they're cleaning up a little wobble.
The hydration manager spilled some water.
Yes.
So they got it all cleaned up over there. They'll double check it just to make sure.
Sanitary engineer Josh Garberlinski over there to see. Yeah, he goes, it passes the test. Watch, he's going to give a thumbs up. See, right away, right on cue. Nonverbal from our officiating crew. They were taught well.
Yeah, by who? You?
I won't mention. Garber Duke's inbounding the ball.
Oh, my
as
Lord.
They're coming to break. Wallaker trying to break that pressure. And, boy, it's nice to have the body width to shield the defender away. And there is somebody that tried to play over through the screen and anticipate it. And he ran right into the contact.
Well, what that move right there is Jeff called is when you do that, that's called a hedge. You try to hedge him back towards the 10-second line. Well, he just got there a little bit too late and caused the foul. So that's foul number 3 on number 5, Lamarian Moore.
So he'll be done for the first half.
Yeah, he should be. Only 2 fouls for each team here in the second quarter.
But Wallaker with a great job of pulling 2 defenders with him. Trying to cut back door again. Bridgeport doing a really nice job of that. And the shot goes up, and it was altered on the play before the shot goes up. Probably a pretty good foul by Green because that was going to end up in a layup.
Yeah, nice job by Wallaker. He had a lane right there. He took it to the rack and went up really strong, knowing that he was going to get fouled. He's going to shoot. No, it's going to be out of bounds underneath.
Right. They wouldn't call that a shooting foul because otherwise the basket would have been good. In the NBA, there would have been continuation. Deep 3 ball that time by Cade Wallaker. He comes up just off the front iron. So with a 2-point lead, 3:20 left in our first half, the Dukes trying to stop the Bearcats from tying or taking the lead.
Nice job by Fort right there on that baseline defense, Jeff. Putting his foot right out of bounds, and that caused the Bearcat player to get called for a travel. Oh, no, that was offensive foul.
Yep.
That was
moving screen.
Yeah. Thomas McKinley, his first team foul number 4 here in the second quarter for the Bearcats, up down 2 to the Garber Dukes.
Cedarburg is going to pull up free throw extension, doesn't see much there, and going underneath. What a great job by Nate Forret.
Strong move.
Just says, come and get it. You're going to have to foul me because I'm going to finish. Back to a 4-point lead for the Dukes. Underneath, foul's going to be called on Forret. He thought that he got all Wilson. Derek Washington said otherwise.
No, that foul is on Ryan Bray, Jeff, number 14. His second personal, team foul number 3 at the line for the Bearcats. Akeel Bland's going to shoot 2.
Bland is long and lean with a nice stroke at the line. Second free throw attempt forthcoming. Nice bend to the knees again. He's got the friendly front iron. Rolls it through both ends of the free throw. It's back to a 2-point game as the Dukes offensively, after getting 20 in the first quarter, have cooled off offensively here in the second.
I'll tell you what, that full court man-to-man is, they're playing that the whole game so far. So you're going to have some Tucker kids. A nice take to the rack by number 11, Jacoby Taylor. We got us a tie ball game.
Not anymore. And they're going to have a basket interference, so they're going to have the goaltending, and the basket is good. So nice job by our center official that time to read that. That would have ended up in a deuce anyway because backside rebound was there for the Garber Dukes.
Good call by the referee. 28-26, 2:15 to go here in the first half. Dukes up 2.
Trying to go baseline. The Dukes doing a great job of shutting that baseline down. Nice skip pass. And on the other end, 3 pieces of iron again, unable to go. The rebound comes down to Big Bray. And at the other end, slicing and dicing his way down the hole, Cade Wallaker with a kiss and a deuce.
Cade had one thing on his mind when he got that great block out and rebound from Bray. He was taking it at 84 feet, and he dukes up by 4.
In and out again, but the rebound and putback. When Wallaker came down here, I don't think anybody wanted to try and take that charge. He had a head of steam.
I would agree with you. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Yes, indeed. So Wallaker's going to back things out right now, up a deuce with $1.50 left in our first half. Tried to go underneath right now, and Wallaker says, I'll set the show up here. We got the lead. We better take our time, and going strong to the hole, and the ball is tipped away. And an errant shot coming up, and we're going to have a quick timeout by the Bridgeport Bearcats, down a deuce with $1.15 left in the first half. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Ow, ow, ouch! My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my! The pain, I can't take it anymore.
Back here on BCTV with $1.15 left in our first half of play. What a great game we've had, Mike.
Great game so far, Jeff. Bearcats up 16-10 here in the second quarter, so they're down 2 right now. So a big second quarter for Bridgeport.
As again, they've outscored their opponent by 6 thus far in the second, and they've got a possession to try and tie or take the lead. And a little
great move.
Euro step.
Yeah, that's a great move right there.
And he kept that ball above his head where the defense would have a hard time getting it.
Us little guys like it when the big guys drop it down there.
Yeah, when they bring the orange down, you say, let's have a piece of fruit. And that ball comes up just a little bit short again. Look who gets the loose change out here. Number 10, McKinley. And maybe for the first time in at least a long time, if not the whole game, the Bearcats have a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, I don't think they've had the lead at all this game, Jeff. We got 30 ticks to go here in the first half, and we got us a tie ball game.
They're taking the proverbial air out of the ball here with a half a minute left in the half. They're going to take the last shot unless they get a layup. So down to 15 seconds, and
you can just stand
Houston
up.
is going to come out, and he goes, nope, now I'm going to back it down. I want to make sure you get nothing easy. And go into the hole. What a beautiful shot by Saunders. And now with a few seconds left, Saunders then with a tip away. Now the Dukes have got to go 84 feet in 2.8 seconds.
That was a tough shot by Saunders to make that last basket by for the Bearcats.
Boy, and I'll tell you right now, the Bearcats are doubling the first pass in and making it really tough on the Dukes with a 2-point lead at the half. Bridgeport 32. Garber Dukes 30. Back in a moment to recap the first half, set the stage for the second half right here on BCTV.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect for all those involved in the game.
Enjoy the game.
Back at our Renew Physical Therapy halftime show, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. Tale of two quarters.
It was a tale of two quarters, Jeff, and the second quarter was really big for the Bearcats. They outscored the Dukes 20-10 in the second quarter. That full court press was kind of stepped up a little bit. They went to the free throw, made some free throws, also got some easy buckets. So that was a big quarter for the Bearcats.
The Bearcat run came late in the first half. I think halftime came at a good time for the Garber Dukes because Coach Watts has a chance to go in and talk things over and try and put a few wrinkles to how to break that press.
Yeah, just make a few adjustments, Jeff. Just first thing you got to do is get it in bounds. And if they're in that man-to-man, you just get it to your point guard, Wallaker or Mays, and just clear out, let them bring the ball up the floor, and then get into your offense.
It is going to be a great second half. Both teams there's only one player with 3 fouls on either team, so fouls shouldn't be a problem. Nope. Energy should be high. The gym is rocking and rolling. We're ready to go.
Let's go. Let's get it done.
That puts the wraps on our Renew Physical Therapy halftime show. Back with all the game action in just a moment on BCTV.
My name's Kaya Vrabel. I'm from Carroll, Michigan. I came to Renew at McLaren because I was having some hip pain as an athlete in cross country and track and field. I actually had a labrum surgery on my right hip back in April of 2023, and so I had some rounds of physical therapy outside of Renew at McLaren, but it didn't really fit where I was trying to go, so I had some other problems and they recommended me here.
I was a physical therapist. I was treating Kaya after she had a labral repair. First, after these surgeries, you're going to work on strength and range of motion, flexibility, and then you work on stability, functionally getting her back to her ultimate goal of running. So for athletes, making sure their body mechanics are good, their running mechanics, their stability is a big one to prevent injury in the future, working on stability, balance, controlling their jumps, eccentric control, and it's about avoiding future injuries as well as helping their current injury.
Physical therapy here has helped me improve my times and actually get a couple school records. I broke the 3,200 meter and then the 1,600 meter for my school.
So we worked on getting her back to her goal of running and dominating, actually.
Back here as the first possession of the second half. Garber Dukes will be heading down to the south end of the court by their own bench. There's the long length, the big number 42 as Lewis slaps that ball away, trying to get something at the other end, and the loose change is up. And finally coming down to the Garber Dukes. Oh, they had a fast break down the floor and just couldn't look up in time.
Florent got the ball, but it was just a little bit late. But a nice job by the Garber Dukes battling the Bearcats there on that defensive rebound.
Well, and just like the first half started, they're doing exactly the same thing. They're heading down underneath to Lucas Nearing, and two people converge on him, opening up that backside rebound.
You know, that's a good way to start it. Get Lucas going here in the beginning of the second half, Jeff. And again, I've said it before, he does a nice job down there getting in the post position. At the line for the Dukes is number 2, Nathan Forrett, the 6'3" junior for the Dukes.
Boy, what a nice stroke from the free throw line. Very confident, finds nothing but the bottom of the hole on the first offering. Second free throw attempt. Again, bend to the knees, flick of the wrist. Cotton on the delivery. We're tied up at 32 here, 40 seconds into our third quarter.
Duke staying in that familiar 2-3 matchup zone.
You may see the Dukes get out of that a few times for a possession or two just for flair to show different look to the Bearcats, but there's a travel. Great job as the defense converged from two sides, really didn't leave any place for number 23 Bland to go.
Well, and didn't foul him either, Jeff. Just came in with good defensive position, good posture right there, and he got called for the travel.
Wallaker up top, gets that ball back around the horn. Is looking for the right opportunity to let it fly, and the stutter step and the shot goes up from Forrett, the 6'3" forward with a soft stroke from 12 feet.
I was just thinking, Jeff, two guys that I think that are going to have a big second half. I'm looking for Mays and for Forrett to have a really big second half here for the Garber Dukes.
Well, Forrett is one of those guys that'll give you that mid-range jumper in the paint, and it's a great thing. And again, quick hands that time, and the tip away. Cedarburg tips it away. Now he gets back. He squares up the Tootsies, lets it fly, and just came up short. Coach is not going to be disappointed with that look.
That was a great look, great shot. He had time to sit on it, just didn't drain it, but put the next one up when you get the opportunity.
And these kids are not afraid to burp it up when they've got the opportunity to do that. You need that freedom offensively.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you can sit down and look at it, put that three-pointer up. Wish you would have had that where when I was playing.
Well, it was, but you didn't have the right number on your jersey. Your first name had to be Jeff. 5.5 left in our third. Tied back up at 34. Trying to go to the hole strong, and the ball taken away. Beautiful extra pass to number 2 Saunders. He ran the floor so well, and the quick hands get that back. And we're going to have a block. Good call. Got there just a touch late. Tried to sell it, but going to the free throw line will be the Bridgeport Bearcats.
Bearcats up by 2 with 5:18 to go in the game. At the line for the Bearcats is number 5, and that is Lamarian Moore. He's going to shoot 2 for the Bridgeport Bearcats.
Up a deuce with the free throws, and he says, I'm going to get those Adidas all tied up nice and tight. I'm going to let it fly. Kids all wearing red shoes. They're not all the same. The vast majority of them are wearing the old swoosh. First free throw up and good. 3-point lead.
I was a Converse guy in high school, and when I got to play college ball, I wore ponies.
Nice.
That's a blast from the past.
That goes back 12 or 15 years.
They're not even in business anymore, I don't think.
Mays coming down the floor. Again, down 4. This is a big possession for the Garber Dukes. Going strong to the hole, and that ball went off his leg and out of bounds. Perfect position that time for our officials to get a good peek at that.
Real good start by the Bridgeport Bearcats, Jeff. They were up 2 at halftime. They're up 4, 38-34 with 5:05 to go here in the third quarter.
Saunders walks it up off over the timeline, and looking at that 2-3 kind of flexing into a 3-2 at points. Trying to match up that zone defense. And again, the Dukes are expending a lot of energy making sure the wings are covered. Saunders gets the ball down wide open, 3 ball off the mark. Forret has that ball knocked away by Saunders, and the Garber Dukes down 4 will have possession.
Just good hustle by Forret getting out to the sideline, and he got knocked out, up back over to the Garber Dukes. And here comes the familiar full court man-to-man defense by the Bearcats. They get after you.
Well, and it's great because they use nobody to inbound defensively. They put that extra man on the floor, so it's really 5-on-4 against the inbounding team. And with their quickness, they were making stuff happen. And very fortunate that did not get taken away. Forret has it halfway down the hole before it won't drop. Moore at the other end of the floor was going to talk about one of those big skip passes and decided against it, and that was probably a good decision.
Very disciplined out of the Bridgeport Bearcats, Jeff. They're just going to pull it out and wait and get their offense set. They can giddy up and go, but they can play half court also.
And again, since the first quarter being down by 8, now they're up 7, so they're plus 15 since the first quarter. But there is a great play inside, and that play is there the rest of this game.
I'd be looking at that every time down the floor, and if he gets double, get ready to get it back and shoot a three-point shot or a nice J.
Yeah, because when you go high-low, he's going to attract attention. Wings are going to be wide open. That's a great point, Coach.
He's just too strong down there.
And again, Saunders sends that thing back on the wing. 3 ball that's off the mark, and they are going to have the putback by number 23. Bland goes up, and he's fouled. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Tell you what, he almost dunked that. He was up on the rim, and he did a nice job getting up there. And again, Akil Bland with the big basket, 43-36, 3:23 to go here in the third quarter. Duke's down 7.
Free throw attempt forthcoming. Got a pretty nice stroke for a big man from the line.
Short.
Comes up a little bit short and very quickly down the floor. 2-on-2, really nothing there. So they're going to reset the offense. And now you go strong to the hole, and
nice little
night. Well, a little backing up on the play, but he created a little space and got away with it. Therefore, it's a great play.
He got away with it. That's all that matters.
Indeed, that was very, very well done by him, and very subtle, so that the officials didn't pick up on it.
Yes, he didn't push him. He just kind of gave him a little nudge and backed into him a little bit.
5-point deficit as Houston tried to play some great belly button defense. Oh, and a quick little chatter. As Moore up top just barely beats the 5 seconds. Just about got caught out there and taking too long to advance to the basket. That would have been a big turnover as they're trying to spread things out a little bit right now and showing that man look for a change.
It's like the old Dean Smith, North Carolina four-corner right now, Jeff.
And Saunders has got to be very careful as he's going to the hole that one of those passes is not tipped, but boy, he does a great job of getting his own miss and putting it right back up for the deuce.
That number 2, Saunders, is a defensive player. He's got good feet, good quickness. There you go. Bread and butter right there.
And a pump fake gets the defense up. On the way down, he goes up. Good. So beautifully done.
Probably does that 50 times in practice every day.
So he's by far the leading scorer in this ball game for the Garber Dukes. As again, kind of forcing the man-to-man defense by stretching things out the way they are.
Well, that's what you can do when you have the lead. There's a 5-second call. Nice defense over there. That was number 4 for the Dukes. That was Cody Cedarberg, 6'3" junior. Boy, the future for Garber Duke basketball is with Cedarberg and Forret and the freshmen and sophomore Charlie Mays.
Yep.
That's pretty bright for Coach Chris Watts and the Garber Dukes.
And they start their program young here.
Yep.
And the Garber and Bangor systems play a lot of spring ball together against each other from the little kids on up. And Houston with a little step back deuce cannot get that to drop. It was a nice little 15-foot effort. Would have brought them to within 3. But Saunders, again, just looks like a jitterbug out there with all sorts of energy in that quick first step. Houston could not quite get to the spot. He knew where he wanted to go, but got there a step late.
I look at this Bearcat team. It's hard to believe that they've only won 3 games, 3-14 on the season. Good, smart kids playing well, play hard, good defensively, do a lot of nice things, very athletic. But, sometimes just doesn't go your way during the year. They lost some tough ones, too.
Well, and when you're averaging 50 points a game and you got 45 already with a minute left in the third, you're making it happen offensively. And there is a great take to the basket. Bland got just a little bit of space and went up with that length and got the deuce. You know where he's going. Strong to the hole for a finish and a goaltend. And on that goaltend, Mr. Zaluka mirrored that call.
Yep.
That's
the second one tonight. We don't see that too often. That's the second goaltending we saw tonight. Duke's down 5, 47-42, 30 ticks to go here in the third quarter.
And Saunders again with Houston on him and going underneath. Great patience that time by the Dukes as they're down 5 with 20 seconds left. We'll have a chance to get this down to 3 or maybe even 2 here before the end of the quarter. Wadeker just being patient up front. He's got to make sure he doesn't get a 5-second call down here. Now he's going to take a step back from 17 with 7 seconds left and gets the deuce.
That was a big basket by the Garber Dukes.
As the last shot of the quarter goes up at the end of 3. It's the Bridgeport Bearcats 47 and the Garber Dukes 44. Back in a moment for the final 8 on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
All right, back here on Bay County TV is Mr. Dave Schwartz is doing it all here, boy. Just a long-time icon out here doing a fabulous job.
Dave's a good dude. I had a chance to talk to him this week. You talked to him, Nick talked to him, but we appreciate his efforts, and we can't say enough. Big thank you for Dave and the staff here at Garber.
Well, ball nearly had the pocket picked by Moore, so nice job as Cedarburg settled things down a little bit, and there's a little shuffling of the Tootsies and a little inadvertent trip, and that ball goes back over with 7.5 left to the Bridgeport Bearcats. Rolling down the floor as the Bearcats go into the corner, trying to make things happen. And they're going to take their time, and I think they want to pull the Garber Dukes out of that 2-3.
Dukes are playing man-to-man, Jeff, right now, because the disciplined Bearcats are trying to get some spacing, work the ball a little bit, make the Duke kids play a little defense.
Boy, and that's exactly what they're looking to do down on the baseline. And late call on that. Did have a little hand as he caused some displacement. And I think when he looks back at that, he'll go, I really didn't need to do that. I was in great position to get a rebound, and they're going to end up earning 2 at the stripe.
It's nearing third personal, Jeff. 7:04 to go in the third quarter. Bland at the line, first one up, and just a skosh short.
Boy, his last 2 offerings have come up woefully short after being really good early at the line. But 7:04 left in the game is an eternity in a 3-point game.
Lots of time left for the Garber Dukes. If I'm Coach Watts, I'm looking to get it to number 20 and let him go to work underneath the basket.
There's a split of the 2 at the free throw line. So, again, here comes the pressure, and you're going to have to watch to make sure the double doesn't come. As getting the ball up is DeWicki. And there's the great extra pass underneath, and probably a good foul because he would have given up an uncontested layup.
Yeah, nice job right there for the Garber Dukes going to the line. Number 2, the junior, Nathan Forat. He will be shooting 2. Foul is on number 11 for the Bearcats. That is Jacoby Taylor, his first. Team foul number 1 here in the fourth quarter.
Forat with a real confident stroke of the first free throw. Second attempt forthcoming. That shot is up and double iron. Look at the offensive glass. And an opportunity for a square up of the three ball. Not there, but a third opportunity. As you know what he's going to do with it. He's going back up strong saying, get me if you can.
He is so good underneath the basket right there, Jeff. Strong, goes up, chin on the rim. That was a big hoop for the Dukes. Put him down one.
Physically, he is thicker than the opponents. It's a beautiful shot by Moore at the other end of the floor. Back to a three-point game. And I just think you keep pounding the rock down on the paint until they prove that they can stop it.
I don't think Bridgeport has anybody in foul trouble, so, nobody specific to go to, but there's the man right there.
And you know what they're going to there. And, boy, he uses the high glass with the little soft kiss.
That was a tough angle, too.
That is a guy that spent a lot of the time in the post area using that expensive piece of glass.
They put those $1,000 pieces of glass up there for a reason.
Boy, great look that time. Bland sent that, but now they're going to have that thing in the backcourt, and the ball is tipped, so it will not be over and back. I didn't see it tipped from my angle, but what a great job going to the hole. Saunders could not get that to happen, and we're going to have a foul, and that is going to go against Bland.
That's his second personal team foul, number 2 for the Bearcats. Garber will take it out of bounds.
Garber with their first opportunity in a while to take the lead back.
They haven't had the lead in like the middle of the second quarter, Jeff. So this is a big one for the Garber Dukes.
Boy, Patience getting the ball over the timeline, setting that ball up into the front court. And I'll tell you, tenacious defense, 38 feet from the basket.
Fonzie Saunders can get after it. Good post up right there by Foret.
He's going right back up, and he has the second one rejected too, but I like what Foret did. And you get that rebound, and you want to go right back up and make somebody make a play. A little frustration foul by Foret on this end of the floor.
I like the way number 5 for the Bearcats, Lamarion Moore, takes it to the rack, Jeff. He goes up with some authority, and he's very, very quick. Substitution in number 33. That's Kamarian Woods for the Bearcats. They do a nice job of substituting. The way they play, they need a lot of players.
Well, Woods came in during a stretch in the second quarter, so great job defensively by Foret as he could not get to that ball out of bounds, but great heady play to get his hand in there. 5:02 left in the game. Bearcats with possession, up a point. And at the other end, trying to get the flush. It's not there, but look at number 33 coming down the floor. And
just into the game, too.
Woods just doing a good job of picking up the loose change, and he's going to go to the free throw line for one.
That young man's only a freshman for the Bridgeport Bearcats. They're up 52-49, 4:58 to go here in the ball game.
That free throw is up, and it is good. A three-point play the old-fashioned way. As the Garber Dukes back 2 possessions again, down by 4 points. And the freshman's going to pick up a foul after getting the three-point play.
Yeah, he was welcome to the varsity level, my young friend there. But you know what? He's getting after you, and they got plenty of kids to do that. So they have the kids to be able to play this type of defense for the whole game.
Yeah, they got a 12-man roster, and they're not afraid to use them.
Yep.
Right now, defensively, the Garber Dukes are just in that slight attack mode, and the Bearcats are a half step late getting into position.
Well, if you look at the scoreboard, next foul, the Dukes are going to be shooting 2 free throws, Jeff. So this is where it's going to count, all that conditioning and all those free throws you're shooting. They're going to have a great opportunity on the next foul.
Boy, great screen. And boy, Foret, if they would have caught him rolling to the hole, he had an easy deuce. But you know who's going strong to the hole. Great job that time by Bland. And they stepped out of bounds, and the ball goes back over to the Dukes. Yep, the Bearcats got that one, but I will take my chances on having Lucas Deering go to the hole strong again.
He's just had a tremendous game down there on the block against a player that's much, much taller than him. But he's got the muscle on him.
Boy, just a soft pass, and here comes the freshman down the floor with great body control. Running the floor is Bland to get the backup deuce, and the Dukes did not get back defensively that stride. And a block at the other end as Forret couldn't get that one to go. And boy, we got a big swing here. And we're going to have a timeout by the Bridgeport Bearcats in transition, up by 6. We'll be back in a moment on BCTV.
Your husband is having a heart attack. The ambulance crew asks,
"Which hospital?"
Before you answer, consider this. Covenant Healthcare is the region's most preferred hospital for both emergency and heart care. With an expert team of board-certified cardiologists and the Great Lakes Bay region's first and largest structural heart disease program.
Take us to Covenant.
Good answer.
Back on BCTV. Mike, let's thank a few of our great sponsors.
All right, Jeff, the official apparel provider, Sandlot Sports, Frank's Great Outdoors, the All Saints Booster Club, Renew Physical Therapy, and Covenant Healthcare. Thank you, folks. We could not do it without you.
And I guess Ben Van Sumer. We'll thank him, too.
He's got some new jewelry, doesn't he?
Garber Duke with a great big ring. As unfortunately he was injured, but boy, to be part of a great setup like that, now we're shooting 2 the rest of the game. As Van Sumer, when he was in the game as a fullback, that offense averaged 7.2 yards per play with that road grader out front.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, he is one big individual. Nice kid, Jeff, and congratulations to him and all the Philadelphia Eagles for that big Super Bowl win.
Well, and Van Sumeren comes back to Essexville and gives back, does that youth football camp and stuff, and I'll tell you what, that kid for 231 pounds has about 0.08 body fat. He is just chiseled.
he's a big feller.
He likes it in the weight room.
Yeah, he certainly does. It's paid off for him, though, too.
So, again, congratulations, younger brother Alex at Michigan State, and starting to get some playing time there. So,
how'd you like that food bill back in the day?
That is something that Dad had to get an extra job just so that he could pay for the food bill.
Half a cow every 3 weeks.
I wouldn't want to be sitting by the table with only one piece of meat left and both those kids still hungry. 3:25 and counting. Left in a 5-point deficit for the Dukes. Trying to get a little weave right now, and the Bearcats are really doing a great job of stepping out on that weave. There's Williger with a long 3-ball. Tick, tick, tickle in the twine.
Ooh, that was out there by the Sunrise Family Credit Union logo, my friend. We know all about Sunrise Family Credit Union.
Well, and that was the Sunrise logo on Powell Street, not here in the gym.
Right.
Again, back to a 6-point lead. As the Bearcats, under 3 minutes right now, continue to just play tough defense. And again, ready to jump that passing lane. And it looks like Bland's going to pick up the foul again. That'll be his 3rd. As with 2:43 left, back to the free throw line.
Well, Bland's not going to come out with those 3 fouls right now, Jeff. But you know what? I would still keep going to near him.
I would too, because he shoots pretty well from the free throw line as well. Boy, it's quiet in the gym. First one rattles home. You almost want to have a little noise when you're shooting.
Not at home. Not at home.
Well, just a skosh.
We won't talk very loud as announcers.
2:43 left. Both ends of the free throw. 2 big points. Duke's back to within 2 points here with still 2:40 and counting left in this game. Putting a little pressure of their own on. As Moore sending it back up to Bland. They go back up to Saunders up top. Moore in the corner.
Good D.
They just kind of telegraphed that pass, and Moore on the other end, better watch that he doesn't get a little overzealous. There's Forret strong to the hole. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line. And I got to believe you'll spend a lot of time at the free throw line the last 2:16. They're going to attack the basket.
Well, and you look at how many fouls the Dukes have. They only have 3, so they got some to give if needed. Not right at this point right now, but Forret really went strong to the rack that time, Jeff.
Forret with the first of 2. Opportunity to tie this game with 2:16 left. Again, the Dukes just continue to hang around and can't get that second one to drop, as they'll go back on defense with 2:10 left in this 4th quarter. Saunders has Wallaker all over him, and he's going to try and go to the hole. And I thought that he was a little too deep, but look at Bland with the rebound and the putback for the Deuce. You know Forette's going to go strong to the hole with an answer.
You got to take it at Bland. Even he's got 3 fouls, so you got to take it right at him. 59-58. Bearcats up 1:40 to go here in the ball game.
Again, the Dukes overplaying on defense. Boy, great footwork. That was just a prayer that was sent up. And fighting for the loose change. And that foul is going to go against Lucas Deering. And I would say that the person down looks like it's going to be McKinley.
Good hustle by both squads right there, Jeff, going after the ball in this tight basketball game.
Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV as Thomas McKinley goes off without being able to put any weight on that right knee and ankle. As Nearing went for that loose ball, and the knee bent in a way that it's not natural.
Looks like the trainer for Essexville, the Essexville Garber Dukes looks like he's looking at his ankle, not his knee right now, Jeff. So, keep the shoe on, get a little bit of ice, and hopefully that young man can come back and play again.
Coach and trainer.
Oh,
You're
boy.
doing it all
I'll
tonight, brother.
I wear many hats.
$1:25 and counting left in the game. Dukes down by 1. Just coming into the ball game is Bland again, and another ill-advised pass. Nearing looked just like a defensive back picking that thing off. Wallaker's outside Powell Street right now, looking at the three. Now he's going to go strong to the hole with a soft little kiss off the deuce. And the first Duke lead in a while, 60-59, final minute of play in regulation.
Wow, that was a nice take by Wallaker using the left hand.
Boy, had a strong first step to get by the defender. Nearing does a great job of making that battle work. And a bounce pass extraordinaire as Wallaker now brings it up over the timeline. And again, boy, thought that was caused by contact. And they decided to let the contact go. And that will give the ball back to the Bearcats with 36.6 ticks left in the ball game. Crowd into it.
Yeah, that was a big turnover right there for the Bearcats. They're down 60-59, 36 seconds to go, Jeff. Tell you what, just what we thought this game was going to be. The 5th-place team in the Garber Dukes playing the 6th-place team in the Bridgeport Bearcats in the Red Division of the Tri-Valley. Just what we expected tonight.
Well, 4 wins in the conference for Garber, 2 wins in the conference for the Bearcats, but you kind of scratch your head when you see how well the Bearcats have played tonight. They're above their league average or their scoring average by about 10 points, and they've played pretty well tonight.
I thought it's been a really good game by both teams. It's probably kind of the flow has gone from Garber over to Bearcats, back to Garber, back to the Bearcats, and just what we expected between two of these two good teams here in the Tri-Valley. Fun game to watch, fun game to play in, fun game to broadcast.
As we're coming down here for the final 36.6 ticks, inbounding the ball will be number 11, Jacoby Taylor. He gets the ball to Saunders.
See what Coach Kevin Marshall Sr. drew up for the Bearcats and that timeout.
And again, I don't believe they're going to want to wait and take the last shot as Saunders goes back out down to 20 seconds. Moore in the corner, nothing there for him. And boy, they may be really pushing things here. Look at Nearing, and he gets that ball to Forette. They said, Wallaker, you're our better free throw shooter. 2 passes got him the ball, and they're going to the other end to shoot.
Nearing with a great defensive play. Those quick hands, knocked it away from Bland, kicked it to one of his teammates, and going to the line is, I think the guy you want at the line is Wallaker.
The second pass got the ball to who they wanted to shoot these 2 free throws, as the first one is good. Very important that all 5 Dukes get back on transition defense to not allow them to get up the floor easily.
Coach.
I've been by you long enough. A split of the 2. Look at Nearing. He gets the rebound, and the ball goes into Forehead's hands with 3 seconds down to 2.1 left in the game. And the Garber Dukes just hanging around long enough.
The little details of the game, Jeff, that Nearing did on the last 2 plays. 2 tips it to himself on the last play. Wallaker's going to shoot 2.
And he gets one more here, and doesn't matter. They'll just be able to watch the last 2.1 seconds.
You can start the Bluebird if he makes this one.
Second shot is up. He's 3 out of 4 down the stretch at the line. Saunders going to inbound that ball, and they're going to let it fly at the buzzer. That's all!
There isn't any more!
Final score, 63-59. The Dukes come away with a 4-point victory. We'll be back to put the wraps on this one in just a minute on BCTV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Back at our Frank's Great Outdoors post-game show, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. We were treated to a special game tonight. The Dukes dominated the first and fourth quarter. The middle 2 belonged to the Bearcats, but at the end, the Garber Dukes prevailed.
It was a great win for the Garber Dukes, Jeff, here on senior night. They honored their seniors tonight, so that's always a special win. But you're right, it was the first and fourth quarter for the Dukes, second and third for the Bearcats, and big plays down the stretch by Lucas Nearing, tipping the ball, and Wallaker going 75% there at the end to put it away for the Dukes.
You throw away the M, you got LN for Lucas Nearing. And again, the plays he made down the stretch, the way he started the game, is the way he finished the game as the best player on the floor.
Yeah, definitely in double figures, Jeff. Did a nice job on Bland. Bland's a very good player, so Bland had about 3, maybe 4 inches on him, and Lucas did a great job down there, posting up, got some offense, and did the little things right to help the Garber Dukes. Let's not forget about Nathan Foret. He had a really nice game down the stretch too. So,
like somebody said that he thought he'd have in the second half. Coach, you were just rubbing on the crystal ball there a little bit.
I saw it coming. I said Mays and Foret. Mays played really well. Foret had an outstanding game for a junior for the Garber Dukes.
I'm going to bring this game right down to a slight caveat. The poise that the Garber Dukes played, because they're so well coached, was the difference down the stretch.
Well, if you ever have a chance to watch Chris Watts coach, that's just the way he is. He's a very level-headed coach, nothing too high, nothing too low, and that goes over to his kids. So when they get down 7 like they were at one point, doesn't bother these kids. They know they can get back in this game with the kids that they have.
Yeah, there was no panic in anything they did.
Nope.
They hedged a little bit defensively, but they were able to make a couple of plays. They did not allow the second and third chance offensive shots for the Bearcats, and I think that was another huge place down the stretch.
And one of the things that I thought and I liked was when the Bearcats were trying to pull it out and get the Garber Dukes to play man. I thought the Garber man-to-man defense was very good tonight and put them in good positions to rebound and get some tips and get some steals. So they can play 2-3 matchup. They can play man-to-man. So that's really a nice ability to have down the stretch here of the season.
And the defense came up with a big 5-second held ball turnover that gave them the ball back and let them come back to even.
That's nice to have in your back pocket if you're playing 2-3 matchup most of the time, but now you can go out and play a little bit of man and mix it up a little bit. That's always nice to have in your playbook for Chris Watts and his Dukes.
Huge win on senior night for the Garber Dukes. And again, that's why you play a full 32 minutes of basketball, and they came through and prevailed in the end. What a fun and entertaining game.
It was a great game, Jeff, and this also gets the Dukes to 10-10 and pick up another win in the league. And these two teams are in the district, so they might see each other again here in a couple weeks. So, but that's going to be a great district. Another great win for Chris Watts and the Garber Dukes. That was a total team effort right there by the Dukes. That was a gritty, tough, physical win for Garber.
I think it was a great team effort by BCTV tonight, too. I'm learning more and more, Coach, standing by your side, and through osmosis, I'm starting to absorb a little bit of it.
You're not going to get any argument out of me, my friend.
That about puts the wraps on our post-game show, sponsored by Frank's Great Outdoors. I'm Jeff Doan, along with Mike Wisdala. Great job again tonight by Nick Page. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you next week.
We'll see you soon.